It's always great to get the insight and the thoughts of one of the greatest Flyers wingers of all time. He is their second leading goal scorer ever, and he's fourth in points all time, and he is with us tonight. Let's do it, Bill.
Let's do it. Let's welcome Brian Propp back to Philly Pressbox Radio. Proper welcome.
Yeah, guffaw.
There it is. Brian Propp, great to see you once again. We're going to talk about the Alumni Game that is coming up later this month, but let's start talking, first of all, about the current Flyers team. As we said before we got on the air, they've been just on fire lately, winning road games, getting great goaltending. Lo and behold, they're 24-14-6. A lot of people thought it was going to be a down year, a rebuilding year. They have the fourth best record in the Eastern Conference and looking very much like a playoff team. What are your thoughts and what surprises you maybe about this year's Flyers, Brian?
Well, I noticed that when I watched them play, they're really tough to play against. Like they force all the time. They don't give teams time on the ice, and plus they're getting good goaltending. But the defense and it's a couple of new defense that are playing really well, and they're playing as a team. Like I like that they're fighting a little bit more with the tough guys. That makes it a little more different, but it's good. I think ever since Dan Briere took over the team and Jones is going to be there and running the team, they're doing their own thing, just letting him run the team, and they're making their own decisions. And I like what they're doing it because like the draft guy that he didn't want to play there, so. Screw him.
That's right. You know him.
There you go.
Hey, Proper, in your long NHL career, you played for a couple teams, mainly the Flyers, but did you ever have a coach that has these players basically on a day-to-day evaluation, almost hour to hour, and has no problem, no matter who you are, saying, tonight's your night off, pal?
Yeah, that would be Mike Keenan, because he's a lot like the new coach that we have right now. He doesn't take anything, and he just, if you're not playing well, you get benched. Thankfully for me, I didn't get benched too much, but we had good teams in the 80s. We had good goaltenders, good leadership, good players, Brad McCrimmon, Mark Howe, Dave Poulin, Kerr, Bob Clark, Leach, Barber, like all those guys at the start, and then Tocchet and Mallenby. So they learned from the younger guys how to play and win a lot more. So it was really good for me. But Keenan was he liked to challenge the other players, and but we had good teams, and so he didn't have to get in that much trouble.
You mentioned the change in management with the Flyers, Danny Briere and Keith Jones. You know these guys, I'm sure, pretty well from your many years as a Flyer alum. Are these guys the right guys to take the Flyers to the next step?
Yeah, they're good because like Danny's like he has been working with Konecny, because like that's why he's having such a good team. He taught him to score more, and that's why he's the all-star right time. But he's playing with passion, and he's fiery, and so I think Danny taught him a lot just by having as a GM. And then Jones, he knows his hockey because he's done all the other things for TV, radio, and he knows all the players. And I think that now that they changed to younger players that are faster, but they still have the character that you need as a Flyer, it makes a big difference. They don't really have stars right now, but they play really hard, and they play for each other. They're having fun, and who knows? They're the second in the division against next to the Rangers right now.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, Bob Sullivan says he needs to fire up one of them Guffaw cigars that he got over at Buffalo Wild Wings the other week.
Well, definitely. I always have them with me. A mild, a medium, a Maduro, or limited edition. But they're really quality cigars from the Dominican Republic. So I always have them with me, and I'll have a lot with me at the weekend with all the Flyers alumni here.
There you go. We're going to get to that. I have another question for you on the current team, though, and the goaltending has been really good, I think. And what about the improvement in the blue line that has helped the goaltenders? And all of a sudden now we've got two quality goaltenders.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Like Hart was always the number one, and then Ellis he had a couple shutouts, and so he's playing really well. But again, like it's how they play in front. So like they're getting lots of shots every game, and they force all the time, and they're tough to play against. And so like you don't get a time with the setup with power play or making plays. It's tough, but you have to react to the goalie, and so they've been doing a really good job with that, and they manage the defensemen really well, and they've been working really hard together, and they're having fun, and it's so good to see when they put the mask on after the game.
Can they keep doing this, play the two goalies, pretty much 50-50, or do you have to have one main guy like a Bernie Perron and the other guy playing, 20% of the time?
I think that Hart's number one, but the other goalie has been playing so well now too. Like they both have confidence in that, and so that's why they're winning, because they're all on the away games. Like they're playing great, and so like they're picking up wins, and they tied a few times, but now they're shoot ups. They're doing much better with shoot ups and overtime. So it all adds up, and you just have to get into the playoffs, and every chance is a chance now. But I think they're surprised a lot of other people, and they just didn't know that they're going to rebuild. But they're never going to rebuild. Because Danny does such a good job, and they're always looking for another player that can help them. But they're playing with confidence, and they're playing with fire and attitude. So that makes a big difference. And again, I like when they mix it up and they have a couple of fighters in the game, because that makes a difference too. Like the old Flyers.
Yeah, and the other thing that I like, Brian, is that they never seem like they're out of the game. They fall a couple goals down, not really where you want to be, but they battle, and they seem to get back in those games, whether it's a shorthanded goal, which they're really good at, or whatever it is. They just keep grinding, and I like that. And it seems like most games they outshoot their opponents as well.
Yeah, they shoot a lot, but their power play wasn't that good a month ago, but it's getting better. Yeah. But they don't have many on the power plays every once in a while. But I think that the setup is really simple. Like they go from the back and they take it to the side and they take it to the front, and then they shoot and they get in front of the net. And so that's the way you have to do it. And so the guys are really doing a really good job of getting to the front of the net and getting rebounds and getting some power play goals. But again, like coming from behind, a couple of games from behind, they figure out a way to get from behind, and then that's why they've been doing so well, because they have that attitude never to give up.
Hey, Brian, let's talk about what's coming up at the end of January. January 26th, I guess, is the game. We're talking about the Flyers Alumni Association and the Alumni Game against the Bruins. They're going to honor Mark Recchi, who's going into the Hall of Fame. I know that's going to be a great event. You probably look forward to not only getting on the ice, which you are going to do, you and Chris Therien added to the roster, but also just seeing so many old teammates and other Flyer alum.
Yeah, so it was 50 years since they won the Stanley Cup. So the night before, we're going to have a Flyers alumni event. And so I get to see all the old guys that were winning some Stanley Cup games and all the other alumni. And so that's nice to have. And then we have a practice the 26th at 10 in the morning, and then we'll have a little meal after that, and then we'll hang up and then go to the game later, and then have a fun time. And I know that everyone likes to talk, and Boston's has a nice alumni too, because I know most of the Boston alumni, because I played with them for like playoffs in 1 month, but I know most of them they're playing because they're from Boston alumni, and so I know probably more Boston alumni than the Flyers, but it's a fun time, and it's going to be for charities, and everyone's going to make a difference, and we have a good team, and so it'll be exciting, and people hopefully they can sign up and get some tickets, and then of course that afternoon they're going to have Mark Recchi get inducted into the Flyers Hall of Fame, which he's really deserves.
Now, here's the Flyers roster as of a few weeks ago, but you have been added to the roster, as has Chris Terry and our buddy Bundy. Some real good names there, including, of course, Eric Lindros and Recchi and Brent Fedek and John LeClaire, too. So some big names. Mark Howe and Joe Watson, who we mentioned, 80 years old, is going to skate. That is great. Brian Boucher as well. So a lot of big names right there. The fans are going to really enjoy that.
Yeah, and I think that Fedek just got hurt. So he's not going to make it, hurt his shoulder, so he's not going to be playing. So, but maybe we'll fill it up with other guys. We'll have other guys that can fill the spots, and so it'll be a fun time. But yeah, these guys are a little younger; they can skate faster than me. But after my stroke, like I still can't shoot the puck that well. But I skate pretty good, and I'll be a pain in their ass.
I'm available, Brian. I can center you and John LeClaire if you need me. I'm available.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Hey, is Donald Brashear added to the lineup just in case somebody decides they want to throw down? You still got Brashear there.
Well, of course, and then Chara too. Like he's 6'9", so like you have to watch. But and Fridge, he likes to fight. So we have couple tough guys, and so it should be a fun time.
Yeah, I do like that Mike Richards is coming back too. I guess it's his first time back since he left Philly, and good to have him back in the organization. He was a good player, and for whatever happened, they parted ways. I always liked Mike Richards.
Yeah. Well, he's a good player with Carter too. Like they played really well together, and like Carter's still playing for Pittsburgh, and so I keep in touch with a lot of these people because on the alumni, like I know what everybody's doing with where they're living, their cells, what they're working on, and where they live and things like that. So it's good for everybody that's going to be a part of it. We'll have lots of posts. My brother-in-law, Bill McKay, is going to be a photographer for the event. And so, we'll get lots of good pictures.
Great.
Well, we mentioned that you played the bulk of your career with the Flyers, but as you said, Brian, you finished up the 1989-90 season with the Bruins. You played 14 regular season games and then the postseason, and you guys made a deep run all the way to the Cup Finals. Pretty good teammates you had. Cam Neely, Ray Bourque, even your old Flyers teammate Dave Poulin was on that team. That must have been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really fun because that year I got traded at the end of the year because I had a high hand injury. Like I missed 27 games because I had a hole in my artery, and so I had to get that taken out. And so I just took me a couple of years to get a heal, and then at the end of the year, I just got traded at the end. But I think Clark did me a favor because they were going with younger guys, and Dave Poulin got back in January, and they were number one in the league that year. And then that year, that was the year that the triple overtime and the lights went out the first game, and Cleaner he scored in triple overtime, and he only played like one shift and got the goal. And that really that hurt us because we needed to win that first game in Boston.
Now, Proper, you have a whole lot of personal activities going on. You are one busy man. You've got a little cigar situation going. You've got golf. You've got all kinds of stuff. Tell us what's up.
Yeah, so I've got a cigar event at Chubby's Steakhouse in Gloucester City. The 28th. It's going to be it'll be a nice event. If they want to go to www.chubbyssteakhouse.com and sign up. There's going to be 80 people. I think we have about 40 of them already signed up, but we have room for other guys. And you get 2 of my cigars at the start. It's in a restaurant that you can smoke in the restaurant. And I've been and the charity that I'm going to work with is the Stroke Center of University of Pennsylvania. It's going to be one of the benefactors, and Hearth Community Fund in Gloucester City. Also, we're going to split the monies for that, and then it's like 120 a person. But it'll be a nice night, and then we'll have now the Eagles are out. They don't have to worry about watching the Eagles or things like that. And have that, and then I also have I'm going to host Philly's sports trips with Vince. I'm going to host an event. We're going to leave from maybe downtown or something like that. And then we're going to have a tailgate, and then I'm going to bring my cigars, and then we're going to go to the game at the MetLife Stadium, and then go back after that. So I'm going to be hosting with that. And so we have about 120 signed up right now. We want to try to get to 200 people. And so that's what I've been working with, a couple of that. And then I also have my own golf tournament at Riverwinds golf course and tennis for the Stroke Center, University of Pennsylvania at Riverwinds. May 13th is the day after Mother's Day, and I have lots of people signed up for that already, and it'll be nice for that. And then I have my charity hockey event for Headstrong Cancer, April 6th at Iceworks ice rink, which is going to benefit the Headstrong Cancer people. So I've got the teams kind of set up, and the guys that are set up. Luke Nolan's gonna help me. Carrie Frazier is gonna be one of the refs, and I got a couple other celebrities. And I've been working on a couple other trips with another company in New York called Executive Global Tours. I'm gonna probably take a trip. It's gonna come out like in May 18th to the 21st, a week in Ireland. And so, I'll get people. I'll do a video with that, and then share that with you guys when I get them to see if they can find like 20 players that want to go. It'll be hosted by me. I might have another alumni too, but just don't know yet. But yeah, there's a lot going on for me the next, because my house in Margaret isn't finished yet. I'm here stuck in the cold here, and but hope another month I'll be in Marker Island.
Hey, Brian, you mentioned the stroke and the charity that you're doing this for. I think most people know you did suffer a really bad stroke 8.5 years ago, 2015. Well, I got to tell you, you look great and you sound great. Are you pretty much back to normal now? Are you feeling real good?
Yeah. So my wife Eileen has another. She's one of the partners. We have Lynn O'Malley. Like in Marlton, New Jersey, we just started the franchise, Prime IV Hydration and Wellness in Marlton like 2 months ago. And so it's really healthy for you. But there's a thing called NAD treatment, like where I went 4 days in a row for 4-hour drips. And it cleans out your whole system, and it renews the cells that you need when you're younger in your body. So I noticed right at that time, I noticed that doing that, like my fingers are much better. I can close them. I have more room with my arm, and so maybe I can play a little more golf, and maybe I can play better hockey a little. And but it's really healthy for you, and it's if they want, they can check it out. It's Prime IV Wellness Hydration and .com in Marlton, and so they just stop in. We always registered nurses that we use because it's New Jersey and it's managed really well, but it's going along pretty well.
Awesome. Hey, I want to say Iceworks, for those that don't know, Aston, Pennsylvania, right down there in Delaware County, Jimmy Watson's place.
Yes, yeah. So that's I did that last year, and so I'm going to April 6th. I'm going to be it'll be from 1 to 3 is a game, and they'll have tickets available for that, and then we have a little dinner after that, buffet, and I have like 5 or 6 other alumni that are going to be part of it, and put the 2 teams together, split up the teams, and make sure it's fun, and raise a little money for the cancer people.
I was going to have one final question for you. I was going to ask you if you ever rest, because it sounds like you're a busy man.
Yeah, well, so I'm writing a book too. So with Wayne Fish, so we just did all the recordings. Like it's going to be like a Chris Terrian's book. It's going to be kind of the same idea, but the name's going to be Angel on My Wing, because my dad's a Lutheran minister, and my faith and everything that I did with my career and after my stroke and coming back makes a difference. But it'll probably take another 9 months to edit everything, and so I'll let you guys know like when it's finished for sure, because I'll probably be back having some signings like another 9 months or something like that. But, just I always like to keep busy. I also do a lot of consulting, and, I still work with Wolf Commercial Real Estate in Marlton. I've been over there 9 years, Jason Wolf. And we have built a whole team there, commercial real estate in Marlton. It's right across the street from Prime IV, where we are in 73 North. And so, I stop there once in a while, but it's going really well. And thankfully, Jason Wolf he helped me a lot after I had my stroke.
Good deal. Well, Brian, we certainly appreciate you coming by. Anything we can do to help promote what you got going on, certainly let us know, and we will be on top of it and do everything we can for you.
Yeah, thanks. It was a great time.